What's up, YouTube fans? Today I'm doing an impromptu live stream to talk about my experience with the Haslab Victory Saber. So I promised a couple people I'd make this video when I was all said and done with the whole process. So whether you're watching it live or you're watching on the replay, you can kind of hear the story of where this went. But I'm going to kind of go through with some pictures and explain what's going on. But basically, I got my Haslab Victory Saber, and whoever's in the chat, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. So yeah, we got my Victory Saber on, I think it was the December 2nd or 3rd. I got it, and right out of the box, I noticed this issue. So on screen, you can see basically I have two right panels on the legs. So if it was just the looks kind of thing, I really wouldn't care. But unfortunately, this actually prevents it from transforming into the V-Star jet mode, the combined jet mode. So, I was initially just going to keep it, but once I found out it wouldn't transform, I did my review, and then I wrote to Hasbro, and I put in a request, and they wrote back to me, and this is what they wrote. So they basically said, hey, we'll be happy to help me. And this is, by the way, we're talking back on December. This is way back on December 2nd. So they wrote back on December 12th, and they said, hey, please send us this information, your order number, your date of purchase, 5-digit code that's imprinted, embossed on the figure. And actually, if you looked at my previous, that code is right here. So anybody that's looking for it, that's another reason I'm making this video, just to help people with this process. But the code is, well, it's not very clear in the picture, but it's right there on the inside of the leg, right here. And sorry, that's not very clear, but there's some numbers and codes there. So you had to give them that. You had to give them a few other things: your vendor code, which I couldn't find, item number, and a photo, a picture. So I sent them that picture that I just showed you. So they wrote back after I sent all that information in, and they said basically, and by the way, I'm not alone. So this is my buddy G Tony, who sends a lot of figures here for review for me. What's up, Donald Jackson, Larkin's Lair, Chevelle, Mariana Chacon, Dr. Diecast, Maddie the Dentist, P. Metallicon. Thanks for joining. So in the meantime, as I was waiting for a response from Haslab, G Tony sends me a picture of his, and he has the same issue. He's got, except it's the opposite, right? He had the opposite panel, wrong panels. So we actually could have just swapped panels, but unfortunately, when he went to remove the panel, it actually broke off. I think it's actually a pin all the way across here, so you had to actually disassemble the entire leg. So when he went to change it out, he just ripped off that panel and couldn't put it back on. So at that point, we couldn't exchange anyways. And I had already, started the process with Hasbro. And by the way, he had other issues. He had the scratched. I mean, you can see his gold chest was all scratched up. I don't really care so much about that. Honestly, that's not a huge deal for me. It's not great, but at least it transforms, right? It's just a paint issue. And he had paint issues on this one too. This is G Tony's, by the way. Mine was okay. Had little issues here and there, but there was like fitment issues and stuff, but overall, I didn't really care about that. My main issue was the leg, right? The leg issue, just going back for a second, right? This prevents transformation. So they wrote back. Let me get back here. So they wrote back and said, please be assured we're going to address your concerns to help facilitate the process. I've attached a postage. So they basically sent me a paid postage stamp to send the figure back to them. And they said, print it out, put it on the package, send the entire thing back. They wanted the entire package, not just the broken part, not just Star Saber, the entire box. So, and I actually asked, I clarified, are you sure you need the entire box? And just to prove it, the only thing I have left is this. I saved the little poster because I thought, what if I never get this back? So let me save something, a little memento. So I saved this right here. But I sent the whole box back other than this little poster. Anyway, So I sent it on the 13th. So that's December 13th. It arrived at Hasbro's warehouse on the 19th. So December 19th, right before the holidays. Then it went radio silent. Didn't hear a word for 2 weeks. And it's the holidays, it's Christmas, it's New Year's, so it makes sense, right? You know, they're busy or whatever, they're taking vacation. So after the holiday was over, I wrote back and I said, "Hey, what's up? You know, I haven't heard back. When am I going to get the replacement?" And then I get this. Let's see. I get this email. And this email is like, "Hey, we're currently offering 2 options to resolve the matter: returning the product for a full refund or return the product for a replacement at no cost to you, to be delivered in 2023 at some date." So I was kind of like, this is weird. I've already sent it back. Why are they sending me this email telling me to send the figure back to them? They already have it, right? This email came in. Oops, my God. This email came in on January 3rd. Okay, so this is after New Year's, after the holidays are all over. I finally heard back from them on January 3rd. And now they're saying send them the product back, and they already have it. So then I wrote back, and it's like, I'm very confused. Why? What are you talking about here? You know, why? I already sent you the figure. You received it on December 19th. What do I do? Then a day or two goes by, and then today I get an email. So this is, or sorry, on the 20th, they did confirm they received it, but they're going to advise me after, right, and let me know what to do. So then today I finally get this back, and they said, "Thanks, sorry for the confusion, apologize, but we do understand you sent the product back. We're waiting for the replacement inventory of Victory Saber, which is slated to arrive in the coming months. We don't have an exact date." And again, they say, "If you would like the replacement, I'll ensure to request one for you," which I don't know what that means. If you don't want to wait and would rather refund, we can process it for you. So this tells me that they basically don't know. They have no idea when they're going to get it in. They have no idea when, they're going to be able to replace it. So I said, screw it. That's it. I'm done. So I wrote back and I said, okay, I'm done. Just send me the replacement. And by the way, there's tons of people. I'm not the only one. So let me just share one other thing with you. The other thing, by the way, what happened today is I got this guy. So this is the Planet X Victory Leo. It's IDW styled, but I got this in today and it is amazing. And this made me so upset about the Haslab because, this figure costs a little bit more. I think together with the Star Saber, it's $300 between the two. And the Haslab Victory Saber was about $200. So this is about $100 more for the fully combined, both figures. So these two together are about $300 together, retail. And the Haslab Victory Saber was about $200. So it's $100 more, but gosh, what a difference. So anyway, just to kind of show you, I'm not alone in this. There's tons of people with problems. So if you want to read up on it, I'm not going to go through this, but this is TFW 2005. If you go to this thread, Haslab Victory Saber QC issues, you can go through and see other people's issues, things like missing parts or the wrong parts, swapped parts, missing paint, missing eyes, missing legs, just whatever, there's tons of different problems. The paint issues, I don't think they're such a big deal, but there's a lot of other issues. So I'm not alone. It's not just me. There's other people with QC issues, wrong guns, all sorts of stuff. So at this point, I've given up. I'm settling for Planet X. This is going to be my Victory Saber. I also have the Iron Star, the Iron Trans Victory Saber, which is a really nice figure. And I gave up. So I'm giving up on the Haslab. Now, I already pre-ordered the Deathsaurus, which was backed. If you didn't know, the Deathsaurus, Haslab Deathsaurus was backed. And I did back it. But by the time I found out about this, it was too late to cancel. So unfortunately, I've backed that too. I might just sell it when I get it because I don't know if I want to deal with it. And I don't have the Victory Saber to go with it, so it doesn't matter. But that's kind of my experience. So I know there's a lot of people who are trying to get replacements or new parts or refunds. My advice is if you don't feel like waiting, like me, if you just don't feel like waiting for indefinitely, then ask for the refund because they're offering it to you. I think they're offering it because they just don't know. They don't know when they're going to get stock in. If you don't care about waiting and it doesn't matter to you when you get it, then just wait. Wait for the replacement. Let me just see if there's any comments in here. Sorry, I missed a lot here. Larkin says, I'm thankful 2 copies had no issues. Curious if it came from California or Chicago. Mine came from California, I believe. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that matters. Mandy says, it seems like I always get Haslab stuff from Cali. Yeah, mine was from Cali. I'm not sure if it makes a difference, but Larkin says, oh, that's the problem with large businesses. They don't know with what each department is doing. Yeah, that actually kind of happened to me, Larkin. So I got responses from 2 different groups, and I think they just got confused because they didn't know what they were doing. But at this point, I just kind of gave up. Maddie says, Haslab was shady. I've returned 3 things. I had to personally ask for a refund and get it after sending something in. Yeah, I actually wasn't intending to get a refund. I actually wanted the figure. I just wanted to, if they could have just given me the part, I would have agreed. Just send me the part. I'm fine with it. But they wanted the whole figure back. And I was wary when I sent it because like, I don't know if I'm going to get it. And it turns out I'm not going to wait. Michael Rogers says, I was fortunate that mine was good beyond a small gold paint rub on the side. Yeah. So I know there's people that got good ones. I'm glad you got a good one, Mike. There's a few other people in our ERC group that got good ones. I'm happy you got a good one. Don't let this, drag you down. I just wanted to tell people about my experience with Haslab and this Victory Saber because 1, I'm not alone, but 2, I know there's other people who are going to go through this process of getting their return or getting a replacement. So that's kind of why I'm here. Memo says, has there been a Haslab without some kind of issue? I don't know. My Unicron was pretty good, to be honest. I really love my Unicrons. Right back there. Great figure. But unfortunately, this has been a nightmare for me. See, Mariana says, I didn't have your... Oh, sorry. I don't know what that is. Larkin says, you have 30 days after it ends to cancel a Haslab. Oh, I might be out of the 30 days. If I'm not, I'll go cancel it because I definitely don't want it now. I didn't know you had 30 days. Thanks, Larkin. Freakenstein says, I got the Transformers War for Cybertron, reformatting Galvatron, and Unicron accessory pack, missing the accessory pack. That's the whole point of the thing. And call them, and the offer they had was send it back for a full refund. Nah, that sucks. Hasbro UK was really good and sent me a whole Victory Leo last week. Man, I wish they did that for me. All I needed was the Victory Saber or the Star Saber figure, right? If they had agreed to just, even just the leg, I would just take a leg. I would have gladly installed it myself. Wild Bill says, not a Chug collector, had to pass on Star Saber and Deathsaurus. Yeah, at this point, I'm probably going to, if I can cancel it, I'll cancel my Deathsaurus. But for those that got a good copy and are looking forward to Deathsaurus, don't let me rain on your parade. I just want you to know what to expect if you try to go through this process. Haven't fully checked my copy, checking during the show. Yeah, mine, it was obvious right away. You could see that the panels were messed up. And I'll just put it back on screen for a second. You'll know right away because you'll have 2, right? You'll have 2 of the same panel like this. So this is actually G Tony's, but he had 2 left panels and I had 2 right panels. Unfortunately, he broke his trying to fix it, but that's really it. I just wanted to share that experience. If you guys had a good one, happy for you. Glad you did. But I think I'm done. I'm done with this process. So I'm waiting for them to send me an email back with the refund or however. I don't even know how they're going to process it, to be honest. But I'm assuming they're going to send me back some way to get the refund back on my credit card or whatever. But that's it. Thanks for listening. Hopefully this helps some people out there who are going through this process and just trying to figure out how to do it. Let me see. There's another question. Donald says, I have 2 as well. I wasn't planning on opening the second, but I think I need to check it. Yeah, I would recommend checking it just to make sure you don't have this issue, right? It's all right if you have a paint issue, but if the leg issue, that's kind of like unfixable. Why can we get them to send out some painted moss? No way. It's never going to happen. Ariana says, I haven't had any problems, issues with Haslab Unicron or Razor Crest. Yeah, me neither. My Haslab is very nice. Unicron. All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening. I'm going to sign off here. I got to check out this guy. He's really awesome. Really nice paint job. And like good quality. It just feels good. So stay tuned for that review. And I will obviously be doing combined mode for the Victory Saber, of course. All right. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.